before time had a name. In the realm of the Oni and the dragon. This realm was at war, and a child emerged from the dragon and the Oni. That child had the power of creation and destruction, both equivalent to the dragon and the Oni. They fought over this child because he was that powerful. But the child decided to leave this realm and create his new one. So in this new realm, he created a beautiful landscape. He used his powers to create it and shape it how he wanted it. And he forged 4 golden weapons at the Temple of Light, known as the Scythe of Quakes, the Nunchucks of Lightning, the Shurikens of Ice, and the Sword of Fire, which he used to create this lovely, beautiful new realm. With these new weapons, he created the land of Ninjago, what we now all know and love. But in the island was an awakened evil darkness known as the Overlord. So the first Ninjutsu Master and the Overlord were at war over this whole island. So the Overlord created the indestructible Stone Army to ally him in this battle of power. And with this army, he almost destroyed the first Ninjutsu Master. But the first Ninjutsu Master used the art of the Golden Dragon. But he thought it would help, but he was still getting beaten. So it led to the first Ninjutsu Master cutting the land in half, splitting the land into 2 islands known as Ninjago and the Dark Island. And this led to the Overlord being defeated and banished to the Dark Island. And peace returned to Ninjago, where the first Ninjutsu Master continued to create his world and create the Realm Crystal, which caused civilization, elemental masters, and serpentine. And order was kept by these creatures and elemental masters, and then until one day, but we'll get to that later. So the first Ninjutsu Master, to continue creating the balance, created 2 sons, one with dark power, the power of destruction, and one with the power of creation. They were known as Garmadon and Wu. They were brothers, but best of all, best friends. In one training session, Wu's katana went over the temple wall, and he was too scared to go get it himself. So Garmadon, his older brother, went over to get it for him, thinking his father wouldn't know. But as he went over, this is where Garmadon encountered the Great Devourer, a snake that never stops consuming. Snake had bitten Garmadon, and the venom inside the snake caused Garmadon to become evil. But it would take years for the venom to settle, so he still had time as a young boy. Later, in Ninjago, there's a peace between the Serpentine and the Elemental Masters. But Wu and Garmadon are meant to go swimming, but Wu doesn't want to go swimming and proceeds to complain that he's curious about checking out the Serpentine area. Garmadon tells him no, but Wu convinces him. So they go, and they see what they wanted to see, the Serpentine building a pyramid for King Mambo, and as they were watching the Serpentine, they tried to leave, but got caught. And Wu and Garmadon were taken to King Mambo, and the Serpentine King knew who these children were, that they were the children of the first Spinjitzu masters, and that they needed to be punished for what they have done, causing it could unsettle the peace between the humans and the snakes. So King Mambo decides to put them in a cell for the night and to see what to let them be punished, basically. So when they both get in the cell, they're arguing because, well, Garmadon complains, "This is all your fault, Wu. Father's not gonna be happy with us." But just then, after they continue to argue, something appears at the door. And that something was a young Asphira who's training to become a sorceress to help the king. And she tells Wu and Garmadon that she can help them get out if they be her friends, and that they teach her Spinjitzu. So Garmadon, being Garmadon, just says, "I promise." But Asphira asks Wu, she wants to hear him say, "I promise." So he promises, and she lets them out. So after they get out, once they have to try and leave they leave and run home. And when they get home, the first Spinjitzu master asks them where they'd been. And they lie, saying Wu caught a fish at the lake. And they spent the day trying to catch it. And this is where we first see the first Spinjitzu master writing the scrolls of forbidden Spinjitzu. Wu and Garmadon question this, but the first Spinjitzu master says it's something new. The young boys are told that the scrolls of forbidden Spinjitzu are too powerful for them and that they'll never be able to use them. So the first Spinjitzu master sends him off to bed, and that night Wu felt like he had to keep the promise to Asphira because he knew his brother wouldn't. So the next morning he goes and looks for her, and when he finds her, he makes her promise that she'll never use Spinjitzu for evil. And she vows that she'll never use it for evil. So he starts to teach her, and she's a slow learner, let's just say that. This really doesn't, well, it kind of does play a big part in the story, but I'll just put it in anyway. So she keeps failing, and Wu doesn't give up. So when she finally gets it, she hits Wu, but Wu never thought anything of it. He thought she just accidentally did it, but so he forgives her. But we find out that Garmadon was spying on them training Spinjitzu.